What was the first tournament you played for the Black Stars?
94, Tunisia.
Tunisia 94.
94, 96, 98, and 2000.
How was it like in the national team?
To be honest with you, where I really enjoyed most was when I was with under-20s, when we went to Australia.
Oh, okay.
That was, I think, my best moment as far as the national team is concerned. I enjoyed, the group was good, we were very good together, we had fun, we enjoyed, you know, the likes of Augustine Ahimfo, Benogu.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
They would crack some jokes in.
But you were always a serious person. So.
I was. I know you wouldn't want to laugh, but you go and hide and laugh. It was funny, you know. And I wish I had that group till you know, like you don't come. It was fun. And when we get on the field of play, we know what time it is.
Yes.
We were there to deliver.
Yes.
You know, we were very serious on the field of play, but off the field of play too. We had fun. It was fun. It was like.
How was that different from the national team, the Black Stars itself?
No, you know, the Black Stars were maybe, if I should say, too serious, and we had a lot of egos.
Oh, okay.
You know, and there wasn't anybody who was
lighting up the atmosphere.
who could change that or control those egos. You know, it looks like the players were too bigger than the national team. The national team itself. Yeah, and truly, we had big players. We had those who opened doors for some of us. Yes. The likes of Anthony Yeboah, Abedi Pele, Kwame Ayew was even somebody, you know, I highly respected till today, you know. So we needed somebody who could
lighten the
and it was all
the egos.
Yeah, to control the egos, you know, manage it.
So do you just subscribe to those who say that the Black Stars squad of 92 to 98, the atmosphere within the team was very toxic? Yeah,
I think it started from 92. I wasn't there. I was part of the qualification, but I was not part of the final squad of the tournament. And I think it started from there because there were a lot of issues which, when we start to talk about it, we won't finish. and it's course it continued till when I got in. Of course, the atmosphere was not the best one, you know, and I was surprised. You know, I personally was young. I was looking up to some of the players, big names, and you could clearly see there wasn't that kind of bonding, team spirit bond.
How did that affect you in the team?
I was disappointed, but I was just focused on what I had to do on the field of play. You know, it didn't really bother me, but I was surprised to have seen guys who sort of have opened doors for all of us. You know, and again, it might not be the players, but the people around it couldn't control it very well, couldn't manage it very well.
Was the disunity that obvious in the team?
I will tell you today, it was clear, it was obvious. It wasn't, you know, for instance, I think our first one was against Guinea. I didn't know nothing. We got into the dressing room. Then I was called by Maestro. Me, I think, Odati Lamte, and somebody else, that some people were not going to play. I didn't know. We had made a squad.
Was this 96?
No, 94.
Oh, okay.
94, you know. And then we were called because we knew who were going to play the team. And then when we got there, something happened. Some were not going to play. And I was like, what? I was shocked. You know, but I didn't get it. I didn't understand everything. I was, like I said, I was too young to have, you know, to have got everything right in my head at that time. And my focus was, hey, I've gotten a chance to play in the, you know. So my
after hustling all the way for
I won't allow anything. I was just focusing on what I had to do. And seriously, I was always thinking of what I could do to help the team. You know, if I had to put my head on the listen to be, you know, I was going to do it. Yeah, so, but I'm sure now, you know, we've gone past all those things, and probably some of them will say, it wasn't necessary, you know, because if we had got it right, if we had gotten it right, united, the bonding of the team, I think would have been to the World Cup. To the World Cup before the likes of our peers and others.
Many of you always say that. Yeah. If you just joined us, we are speaking to CK Akonnor, former head coach of Black Stars, former head coach Marcia Asante Kotoko, former head coach Ashanti Gold. In fact, I remember that Ashanti Gold story. It was an incredible story because the team was struggling. He took them and they survived relegation. He's worked with 11 Ys, he's worked with Dreams FC and all that. He's been sharing with us his life story, how he started and getting into the national team. And one thing he said that is so profound is that when he got to the national team, when he got to Germany, the most important thing was to focus on why he's there. CK, tell me briefly, I just want to wrap up the conversation on the national team. Many of you have said that the disunity was such that it denied you people an opportunity of playing the World Cup. And you just mentioned it right now, that you probably could have qualified even before the likes of Stephen Appiah and all that. How disappointing was it that your generation were not able to qualify for the World Cup?
If you see the essence of the World Cup, how important it is for every player, then you know that I've not been there. It's something.
You don't have it on your CV.
No.
I can imagine that.
You know, but I think it was not meant to be. It's also part of the journey that the Creator has laid. But we always, it's life. It's an opportunity that we have to make use of it. And we didn't. Now, I'm too old. I cannot.
But when you have the ball at your feet, we will not believe that you're old.
Oh, Charlie.
But you were able to rise within that toxic atmosphere to become the captain of the Black Stars. How did that happen?
You see, I think somebody like Sam Johnson, Yao Prekun, Udati Lamte, Azika Sari, and the likes were ahead of me because they played in 92. Oh, okay. When I got into the team, I was regular, I was consistent. I never went out of the team. And some of them, as a result of injury or something, were out of the team. And so they were not consistent. If you ask me how I became the captain, I think that is one of the reasons why. Because I played 4 Nation Cup continuously.
Oh, wow.
You know, 94, 96, 98, 2000.
I see.
So by the time I was at the, I think the 4th year or the year.
The 4th tournament.
I was then a big name in the team.
Yes.
You couldn't.
And in fact, in Ghana.
You couldn't, and I was present most of the time.
Yes.
And so, yes, we had the maestro. The maestro was going out. And if you look around, and I think the players also who agreed in that sort of manner, agreed, and you know, I got that chance to be captain of the team.
And when you became captain, you replaced Abedi.
Yeah.
How was it like?
Don't ask me.
I always ask that question.
It was too big.
It is obvious.
Yeah, it was too big, you know, and maybe, you see, and I don't think we still do it. To become a captain of a national team is not easy. In Europe, what they do is they will nurture you into it.
Oh, okay.
They will educate you. They will tell you what to say, you know, what to go. And I was a young boy. I didn't know nothing. Maybe I could have also been clever enough to go to Pele.
Yes.
And ask him, you know,
to learn the ropes.
To learn the ropes and even how to manage it, the situation. And you know, at that time, there were a lot of issues with us, sponsorship and all those things. One of the things I did, which was okay, when we played, we hosted the AFCON with Nigeria.
Yeah.
I brought in Puma. I had a personal sponsorship with Puma.
So
Puma was able to give to those who didn't have sponsorship. I think Appiah had his own, Sami Kufuor also had his own. And then the rest who didn't have it, I was able to bring them on board. Okay. And plus they gave even some money, you know, on top of it. These are some of the petty things. And then in terms of negotiating of money and all those, I remember we played a match on Saturday or Sunday. But a day before the match, I was at the minister's office with, I think, Kufuor and somebody to
ask for bonuses.
Who is this? I'm not used to these things, you know. And these were things that could easily affect you as a player.
Yeah.
My mind and everything had to be on how to lead the team to play on the field of play. Not that the other stuff shouldn't be part of me, you know. And I had so many issues. And then also, I wouldn't say a mistake. I put on the 10 shirt because I used to wear the 11. put on the 10 shirt, and I had calls from everywhere. People I didn't even know. I do I know she my 10 and say,
You didn't even know you were wearing number 10?
I knew. I think I opted for it.
Oh, okay.
Because now Pele was not there. Nobody was willing to
take up.
But I think I was very used to the 11 shirt.
Yeah.
Then I was very, very comfortable in it. No, I'm not talking about super
t-shirts. No, I get. Maybe you are wearing a very big shirt.
Yeah.
You're going into the shoes of one man who was deemed so huge that it was a responsibility you're going to carry.
And like I said, all these things I need to be nurtured into it, to be taught. Do this, do that, do that. There wasn't in Germany, I can only speak of, I don't know about England. When Lam became captain,
Philip Lam,
he was
nurtured.
They told him, do this, do that. And I know about it. It's not like I'm just talking. I know. I was aware what they were doing. And because I followed those things, I wanted to, because I was then also, I think I had been the captain of the national, so I knew, and all those things. If you don't have the ability, the heart to lead an African team, then don't do it. It's not that easy. You know how we talk in this country.
Yes.
We have thousands of coaches, including you.
Including myself. Including my crew.
Yeah, everybody. So these things are important. We need to do this. Not even the national, today from the junior level, under 17 to under 20. And if you're able to do that, somebody like Cruz, he was a captain of under 17.
Yes.
Are you aware of
that? Yeah. I remember.
Look how he's grown.
Yes.
How he played into the senior national team.
I remember the 2007 under 17 World Cup in Korea.
Yeah.
Korea, yes. He captained Germany. Yeah. In fact, he scored 2 free kicks against Ghana. I remember.
Under 17, under 20. And he, because he had that.
He was being groomed.
Yeah. And because he already had it.
Yes.
As a leader, he could be seen as a leader because of his attitude, the way, But then if you notice something of that sort, then
you need to groom it.
Groom it and let it grow.
What did you do to ease the tension that you met at the national team when you became captain?
Of course, me and Kufuor had always been very close in terms of what ought to be done, what we have to do, sponsorship, and it was always like fight. Because we were not happy, and sometimes I think one of the things that maybe let us down, we took a lot of issues in our own hands.
Oh, okay.
Whilst we had to allow money, because we felt they weren't doing what they had to do.
Yes.
And so, Kufuor went to, was he Burkina Faso or whatever, and he was sent home.
Yeah, I remember.
And if you look at the issues, these are issues that Kufuor doesn't need to do it. The manager had to do it. But because they were not doing it,
he had to do it.
He had to speak about it, and then you'll be victimized if you do these things. And it's been a problem, but it has changed. I think, if I'm very honest, from Nyantichi's era, those things changed a bit, and it improved the team.
And tell me briefly about I remember that within that period, in as much as we were pretty young and we were following the national team, there were so many things happening. In fact, we were watching black and white television in the village.
You were in Norway.
But I do, I was in the north. But I do recall some of the interesting stuff that surrounded you not being the captain of the Black Stars again. Do you recall?
Yeah. I was. That was also mismanagement. I'm not supposed
to. Because
I
can recall that. I remember I was pretty young, but I do recall the reports were that you had seen the story on.
I wasn't told. In fact, we were going to a match in Germany, Wolfsburg, and I was the captain. Choked at the back, watching my TV, relaxing, and then I had a call from BBC, whoever it was, but it was an English number. That the squad is out. Are you aware you are not part of the squad? I choked. I was shocked. I said, no, I was trying to play tough.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And truly, then after talking to the journalist, I called one or two people and I asked and said, yes. I said, what happened? So even if that was the case, couldn't they have called me just to inform me?
Who was the coach then?
I think was it Sam Dudu or I don't know. The guy who took them to, if you find out the person who took them to the Burkina tournament,
okay,
he should be. I have a bad memory.
That should be like the 2002 AFCON.
Yeah. And you know, so I still wanted to play. I still wanted to play.
And so you were forcibly retired from the
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying that I was the captain of Wolfsburg. You understand me?
Yes.
And one way or the other, maybe they were not satisfied with me as the captain of the team. But I could still be part of the team. You understand? I could still be, I don't have a problem. I could still be part of them and contribute in a certain way. You understand me? Rather, they decided not to call me, not to tell me. I was out from the squad, and it became, I was hurt. Telling you, I was hurt. It hurt me so bad.
The Black Stars has always been full of captaincy issues.
Yeah. And I think in our era, Kufuor was able to, you know, soften a little bit because he was also big at that time then.
Okay.
So me and him had a very common understanding. We were working towards sources for the team to be okay. Even we tried the likes of Tuadu and others join the team. It was as a result of our effort.
Oh, okay.
Gerard Asamoah also came, you know, we spoke to them. I spoke to them. Kufuor, Anthony Bafo was also involved. At that time, Anthony hadn't come there. So he would call me, call Kufuor, and then on the phone we talk. And not just them. There were Francis Diko.
Yes.
Diko. I brought him to the...
really?
Single-handed. I think there was a time former of Nyantichi, the president, even said it. You know, and so we were like today, where you have the likes of Lamte, Tariq Lamte and others coming. They were interested, so we were approaching them on a secret, you know. So again, it is how we go about things. It is how we, and you can imagine those who were in charge then.
Yes.
The same way they were with Pele, Yeboah and all, and then the thing became an issue. It exploded because they weren't managed well. Imagine I was bitter then when I was out from the squad. I spoke about it, and if I had some feelings today, I say I'm sorry. I've always apologized. I was hurt though. I was really, really hurt. I couldn't believe it that my own people could do this to me. However, I kept my cool and everything went on. I went ahead to become coach. I haven't coached mine.